What's up? I'm Ben and welcome back to Muffy Malone Brewing, where today we are going to brew a fairly typical English style brown ale, but we are going to actually be pitching in some bread into the mash as well. So I've recently been working on using my spent yeasts to try and get some bread happening and see what flavors I can create with that. And naturally during that process I've had a few trials that haven't worked, but they've still had good flavour, just haven't had the texture that I've wanted. So what I'm going to do with this brew is I'm going to use all those trials and throw it in the mash and see what kind of flavours we get out of it. I'm really hoping to get more toasted, bready kind of characteristic to the beer. So let's get brewing. Before we get brewing, another big difference for today's brew that I'm really excited to talk about is I'm now brewing in a brewzilla. So traditionally up until this point I've been using a homemade kettle that it works, but it was less than ideal. So it's really exciting to now have the brewzilla and be brewing with it. And I'm really hoping to get some good results, but already just the ease of use with this thing has just been a dream to work with. So really hoping to see some good results from it. So here we have our base malts of 3 kilo of Pilsner malt. To add to that, we're going to add a kilo of biscuit, a kilo of Maris Otter, and to bump up our colour, we're just going to add 100 grams of dark chocolate malt. So just while we're mashing away here, a few first impressions from the brewzilla. Temperature wise, it's hovering right around what I've had it set at, so I've had it set at 66. It went down maybe a degree to 65 mash in, and then since it's been hovering between 66 and 68, I have checked that with a thermometer and it's accurate, so pretty happy with that. Struggled a little bit with the malt pipe. I didn't get any stuck mash, but it took a really long time to mash in, and it is clogging a little bit at the bottom, so it could be user error. It's the first time using it, so we'll have to sort of try and work on that and see what I can do, but apart from that, it's really good. So just keep working with it. We're going to mash for about 30 minutes check our gravities, and then we'll probably get the bread in there for the remaining 30. So yeah, really interested to see gravity-wise what it's at 30 minutes, and then see where it's at after 30 minutes with the bread. Just to do a bit of comparison and see if it does add anything to the brew. We have hit our pre-boil of 1042, and everything is ticking along really nicely. So just going to get the bread in now. So cut it into sort of medium-sized chunks. I didn't want to like grind it or turn it into like a crumb, because I feel like it'll just clog up the system and we won't really get anywhere. And yeah, we'll just go ahead, chuck it in like this, and I'm expecting it to break down quite a lot as it gets a bit soggy. But yeah, we'll see what it adds. So as I'm expecting this to get quite soft and probably degrade a little bit, just going to try and stir it in a little bit, but I'm not going to be too rough with it. So I think probably just like that is fine. Still recirculating, which is good. So we'll let that go for another 30 minutes, and then we'll see where our gravity's at. Okay, so we're done with our hour mash now. Grains were in for an hour, the bread was in for 30 minutes. So we have actually gained gravity by putting the bread in. So we were at 1042, and after putting the bread in, we've bumped up to 1050. So it has given it a little bit, which is good. So just going to get the grains out now. We'll just let that strain off. We're done with our mash, and we've spudged off our grains, and we're back up to the boil. So ready now for our hop additions. Only 3 hop additions, and they are all with Hallertau hops. So we have 40 grams, which are going to go in at 60 minutes. So we'll get those in now. We're following that up with 10 grams at 30 minutes, and then 10 grams at flame out. That should bring our IBU up to 24, so very mild, but with this beer, because we want the bread flavour to really come through, definitely don't want to overpower it with too much bitterness. So we'll let that go, we'll get the other hops in, and then we'll see the tasting. And here we have it, the bread beer. I'm really happy with the way this beer turned out. I was pretty much aiming to get some toasted bready characters from the beer, which definitely did come through. Also added a lot of complexity to the flavour, which I wasn't really sure if that was going to happen or not, but it definitely has in this case. So that's a definite win, considering my grain bill was quite simple. The original gravity for this beer came out at 1060. And the final gravity came out to 1012, so it's a 6.3% beer. Colour-wise, the bread didn't add anything colour-wise to it. Pretty much spot on for what you'd expect out of a brown ale, if not on the slightly higher end of the colour scale. But yeah, let's have a taste and see how it is. It's really good. It's got some awesome flavours to it. I'd love to brew the same beer without the bread and just sort of see how that would go. But yeah, there's definitely, you definitely can tell that it's got a bit more depth to the flavour, which I really like about it. It's almost got the mouthfeel of, say, drinking a stout, which is awesome. So I can't wait to have a play a bit more with bread in beers, especially because it's something that, you know, if it goes stale or if you've got excess of it, people just throw it away. So being that it's something that's commonly just thrown away, it would be really good to start trying to incorporate it into some beers and put some good use to it. So Hope you've enjoyed watching the video, and cheers, we'll see you in the next one.